it's something that's impacted my life and how I go about it a lot since then. It was a very simple situation, but what it was is me and my companion, we were running to an appointment. We were literally running because we were late, and we were running about 5-10 minutes late, and we were crossing this large street. And the street, a lot of the things in Korea, whether it be stairs or buildings even, they're not very standardized. And so sometimes the stairs can be uneven as you're going up them, and the roads are the same way. And so in this particular road that we were crossing was very, it was almost like a hill. It was very steep, and then it was very steep coming back down. And so we were running to our appointment because we were running late. And there's this very old elderly woman, and she was pushing, I'm assuming it was her husband, but it was an elderly man. And so I would say they were probably in their late 80s or so. But I remember specifically, I mean, even still, 11 years later, to this day, that situation very vividly. And as we were running and crossing the road, it came to my mind for a second, we should help this lady because she's struggling. Like, she was an older lady and she was kind of having a hard time going up this steep road, crossing this steep road. But I remember, we should stop and help her. But then immediately I started thinking, we're running late. I'm the junior companion. If my senior companion wants to stop, then we should. But, we probably should get to our appointment, and if she really is struggling, someone else will probably come in and help her. And, and so that's what ended up happening. We just continued to go on and we ran to our appointment. But I felt really, really bad. And it was something that just stuck with me the rest of the day and that whole night. And I just kept on thinking about it. And, I told myself from that point on that when I saw those opportunities to help, that I wouldn't justify myself out of it doing that, and, consequently, as I've gone to school and stuff, we kind of learn this bystander effect, where we tend to not engage in those type of opportunities, but especially as missionaries, those opportunities are always present. And luckily for me, that happened very early on. It was my first month as a missionary, and I remember thinking to myself that it taught me a valuable lesson that I would never allow myself to let those opportunities to go by, and that I would take advantage of those opportunities. And mainly because, obviously I could, go back and, repent of that, and just make sure that from this point on, I want to take advantage of those opportunities. But the one thing that that I'll never be able to do again is to go back to that very particular moment and help that lady in that situation at that time. Once that opportunity passes, you no longer have that opportunity. Obviously you can move forward and vow that you're not going to let that happen again, which I did, but I'm never going to have that opportunity to help that specific lady at that time again. And so that's something that really not only served me well in my mission, but even since being home off my mission and as I'm driving, or as we're going around, when we see those opportunities, not only to help, our neighbors and those around us, but, when we find those opportunities to help wherever we may be, to take advantage of those opportunities, because, once those opportunities are gone, we no longer have those, and they're no longer present for us.